Travel after 50 isn't about rushing through bucket lists. It's about slowing down, savoring moments, and finding places that give you peace and joy. The beauty of slow travel is that it isn't measured in checklists. It's measured in mornings with coffee, afternoons wandering, and evenings reflecting. Our journey begins in Tuscany, Italy, a place where time itself seems to stretch. Rolling hills ripple under golden light. Vineyards and olive groves stretch as far as the eye can see. Villages sit perched on hilltops, their stone walls whispering stories of centuries past. Here, slow travel means strolling cobblestone streets, ducking into family-owned bakeries, sharing a glass of wine at sunset with locals who treat you like family. In Florence, art and history linger on every corner, but outside the city, the quiet towns offer something rarer: stillness. You'll wake to church bells, walk through farmers' markets, and spend hours simply gazing at landscapes that never grow old. Cooking classes invite you into real kitchens. Fresh pasta is rolled by hand, laughter filling the air. Days end not with exhaustion but with gratitude. Tuscany gives you space to breathe. From Italy, the journey flows east to Kyoto, Japan, a city where tradition and tranquility meet in perfect harmony. Temples rise under the canopy of maples. Wooden tea houses glow softly under lanterns. In spring, cherry blossoms drift across rivers like pink snow. In autumn, fiery leaves transform gardens into living paintings. Slow travel here means taking part in rituals, sipping matcha tea in silence, walking barefoot across tatami mats. Every detail feels intentional, from the way a garden stone is placed to the bow of a shopkeeper greeting you at the door. Kyoto invites you to slow your pace, to notice the way incense curls upward or the way koi ripple across still ponds. In Arashiyama, bamboo groves sway with the wind. The sound is like whispers urging you to move slower, breathe deeper. Even the train rides here feel meditative. Windows frame mountains and rivers as if they were paintings meant only for you. At night, lantern-lit streets welcome you, not with noise, but with peace. Kyoto reminds you that beauty is not rushed, it is experienced. Our next stop is the Greek island of Crete, a land of sunshine, sea breezes, and timeless traditions. Here, slow travel takes the form of village life. Elderly locals playing cards in shaded squares. Fishermen mending nets by the shore. Beaches stretch endlessly, but it's the mountain villages that hold the soul of Crete. Meals are feasts, even when simple. Olives, cheese, fresh bread, and wine, shared slowly with laughter and stories. Hiking paths wind past ruins older than history books. You walk not just on trails, but on centuries. The sea sparkles in every direction, but it's the pace of life that shines brightest. Afternoons are meant for naps. Evenings are for conversation. Nights end with music echoing through courtyards. Crete teaches you that slow travel is not about doing less, it's about living more fully. Back in Asia, we drift into Ubud, Bali, a place where spirituality and nature meet. Lush rice terraces step down like green staircases. Water trickles endlessly, feeding both fields and soul. Temples stand quietly in the forest. Offerings of flowers and incense remind you that life is sacred. Here, mornings begin with yoga or meditation. Sunlight filters through palm leaves as roosters crow. The rhythm of Ubud is slower, softer. Days stretch out with spa treatments, art galleries, and long walks through rice paddies. Markets glow with color. Woven baskets, spices, textiles. Every stall feels like a story waiting to be told. Evenings bring gamelan music, soft and haunting, echoing under the stars. Ubud invites you not just to visit, but to realign, to reconnect with yourself. Crowds can gather in town, so keeping your anti-theft backpack close is wise. Amid the peace, you still want your belongings safe. And while the energy feels spiritual, the pace remains grounded. This is a place where slowing down feels natural. From Bali, we cross continents to the coast of Portugal. The Algarve is a masterpiece of cliffs, sea caves, and golden beaches. Here, slow travel is about letting the tide set your rhythm. Long walks along cliffs, quiet swims in turquoise coves. Villages of whitewashed houses climb hillsides. Fishermen's boats bob in small harbors. Meals are fresh from the sea. Sardines grilled over open flames. Octopus stews simmering slowly. Afternoons stretch endlessly. A book, a beach, and the sound of waves are all you need. Evenings glow with fado music. Songs of longing, sung softly in candlelit restaurants. The Algarve teaches you that slowing down is not just restful, it is healing. From Portugal, our path leads us north to Provence, France. A region where the very air seems infused with lavender. Fields of purple stretch endlessly in summer. Their scent floats gently on warm breezes. Stone farmhouses sit quietly among vineyards. Time moves slowly here, measured in harvests, not hours. Markets overflow with colors: tomatoes, olives, herbs, and cheeses piled high on wooden stalls. Slow travel here means mornings at the market, afternoons with a glass of rosé, and evenings watching the sunset behind rolling hills. Artists once found refuge here. Van Gogh, Cézanne, and countless others drew inspiration from these landscapes. And you can too, not by rushing to see it all, but by lingering long enough for the colors to imprint on your memory. The rhythm of Provence is one of indulgence, not excess, but appreciation. Every meal feels like an event. Every view feels like a painting. Here, you don't just pass through, you melt into it. From Europe, our journey crosses to the southern hemisphere, to New Zealand's South Island, where nature sets the pace. Snow-capped peaks rise above shimmering lakes. Fjords cut deep into the land, carved by ancient glaciers. The scale of nature here is humbling. Mountains stretch so wide they make you feel small, but never insignificant. Slow travel here means long hikes with no rush to finish, hours spent staring at reflections in still waters. Villages are small, and people greet you with warmth. The pace of life is grounded, steady. In Queenstown, adventure awaits those who want it. But even here, slow travel has its place: a lakeside walk, a quiet evening by the fire. Drive along the coast and sheep outnumber cars. The road winds endlessly, each turn revealing another breathtaking view. The South Island teaches you to stop, step out, and just breathe. Sunsets turn snow into fire, mountains into silhouettes. It feels like the world pauses just to show you beauty. And in those pauses, you find the essence of slow travel. Because after 50, travel is no longer about rushing to keep up. It's about giving yourself permission to slow down. Every destination holds wonders, but it's the way you move through them that changes the experience. In Tuscany, it's sipping wine while bells toll in the distance. In Kyoto, it's walking silently through a bamboo grove. In Crete, it's laughter over a simple meal. In Bali, it's the sound of gamelan echoing in the night. In the Algarve, it's waves carving the same cliffs for centuries. In Provence, it's lavender carried on the wind. And in New Zealand, it's mountains reflecting in lakes that feel like mirrors to your soul. Slow travel after 50 isn't about doing less. It's about doing what matters. It's about choosing quality over quantity, depth over speed, and joy over exhaustion. It's about leaving room for surprises, conversations with strangers, unplanned detours, and quiet moments you'll remember long after you return home. Because when you slow down, travel stops being a race. It becomes life itself, expanded and enriched. So if you're wondering where to go after 50, choose places that let you breathe, places that invite you to linger. Destinations that don't just show you beauty, they remind you what it feels like to live fully. And whether you find that in a vineyard, a temple, a seaside village, or a mountain trail, the truth remains the same. Slow travel is not about the world, it's about you. The world is waiting, but this time it's waiting at your pace. Slow travel after 50 is about reclaiming time, not chasing it. It's about trading hurried checklists for mornings that start with birdsong, afternoons that drift lazily with coffee or wine, and evenings spent under skies you actually have the time to notice. Whether you're standing among Tuscany's vineyards, walking through Kyoto's quiet temples, or watching New Zealand's mountains glow at sunset, each of these destinations offers more than sights. They offer space for reflection, joy, and connection. And when you give yourself permission to slow down, you discover that the journey itself becomes the destination, and every step feels like a reward in its own right.